Hi everybody, I'm Michael. I'm here with Kurt Christ. He has a landscape architecture practice here in Sarasota, Florida. And we're here to go over some of the work he's doing at this wonderful home. We're mid-construction and doing some of this great landscape work. So, you ready to dig in?
I'm ready, let's go, Michael.
Let's go.
The landscape project that Kurt and I will be discussing with you today is a home that's in Sarasota. It's 3 stories. The home is designed in a Mediterranean revival style, akin to the Palm Beach look. The lot size is approximately 13,000 square feet. It is pie-shaped. The front of the home faces southwest, and the back of the home faces northeast and Sarasota Bay. And with that, let's go review with Kurt his landscape design and what his design intentions were for this project.
Kurt, just take it away and tell us a little bit about what you're thinking, what the owner was looking to do with their landscape here.
Sure, since the owner moved from West Palm Beach, they wanted a similar type landscaping of what they had over there with green island ficus and pitch apples and accents with bougainvillea. So that was also the main focus that we did here. So we have green island ficus around the perimeter of the building. We have pitch apple all down both sides.
There's some privacy, yes.
Absolutely. All around the pool area was going to be artificial turf. The perimeter border and all stepping stones are all coral stone.
Beautiful.
The perimeter grass is going to be zoysia, so it's very simple.
Nice.
Green zoysia grass to the artificial turf.
Yeah, it looks very similar.
And along the back we have arches, and the arches, each column has a bougainvillea on that will be trained with wire to go up over those arches.
And then even in the front here, you also have this lattice for the bougainvillea to grow up the front.
Absolutely, yes. And then the same mimicking in the front, right. We're going to have that bougainvillea be trained to go over the garage arches.
Beautiful.
And very nice touch of color with simplicity.
Yeah, they're going to look beautiful.
Yeah,
and this is south facing down here,
yes.
more or less.
Yes.
This,
so you get a lot of sun.
So you're going to get a lot of sun.
A lot of color with a big pop. As soon as you look at the front of the house,
Beautiful.
it's going to be really awesome.
Beautiful.
So we're looking forward to this getting finished the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
And as part of this project, I see that you relocated some royals on either side of the back of the home, as well as some accents for the home.
So why don't we do this next? Why don't we go outside and take a look at some of the stuff going in there, and we can talk a little bit more about the work you're doing.
Absolutely.
As we moved outside, we quickly realized that there's a lot of background noise from the contractors cutting the coral stone and doing some other work on the building. So I'm going to be doing a voiceover. And before we go into talking about the great work that Kirk and his team did, I'd like to go over the differences between a landscape design build and a landscape design bid build. So the main benefits of a design build is that there's a streamlined process, a faster completion typically. It's a collaborative approach since there's just one entity and the designer and builder work together. Good cost control because there's just, again, one entity, and accountability. A single entity is responsible for everything, minimizing disputes. Now on design bid build benefits, there's competitive bidding, so you can review multiple bids from different folks, and that could possibly lead to some savings, but you do have a great savings when you have faster completion on design build. So it could be a wash in that regard. The other benefits of design bid build are that you get detailed plans, and thorough plans and specifications can help minimize uncertainties. You also get great design flexibility with separate design and construction teams. You have the opportunity to involve multiple designers, and that can give you a more unique project or something that's got a little more pizzazz. And there's also checks and balances in a design bid build. So you have clear roles between the separate entities, and that can help with accountability as well as independent quality control at each stage of the project. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bring in as much audio that Kurt and I had together out there that wasn't overtaken by the construction noise, and then I'll do some accompanying voiceovers as well as before and after, so you can see how the plants have grown in after a year. We're starting out here in the front, and we're looking at the trellis where Kurt is planning to put some bougainvillea, and we're going over discussion of what type of bougainvillea to use.
What does she want?
We're going to begin with barber.
Barber is a profuse flower. It's one of the best for flowering.
And now here we are 1 year later. You can see all the bougainvillea climbing over the garage. Looks beautiful, as well as the trellis to the right of the entry, completely full with bougainvillea all the way up to the second floor. Well done, Kurt. Now we're going to swing around the back of the house and show you the pool layout, as well as the bougainvillea being planted at the columns by the pool, and some of the Green Island ficus that Kurt is using as a foundation planting.
Beautiful. The early flowering all up and all the way down. Great. I love what you did. It's so nice. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, this is going to be stunning. Already looks so good.
And here's a view 1 year later after installation from the bay. Look how nice the bougainvillea is growing in over those arches. So beautiful. Over here you can see the relocated royal palms that Kurt is using to frame the home. And here we are again from the bay, and you can see the royal palms are nicely framing the home. Now we're bringing you through the pool deck area. You can see the beautiful coral stone and the coral stone edging around the pool. So pretty. They have some fountains in the pool. Beautiful. Another thing Kurt's team does is they also do the irrigation, which is great when you have a design build firm like his. And right here at the terminus of this walk along the pool is this beautiful hibiscus standard, which a standard means tree type. Look at that beautiful pink flower. That is going to be so nice when these things kick off into full flowering during the spring and summer. Now turning around here, you can see how it's all coming together. So beautiful. Now we're going to be moving on to the closing of this design build review with Kurt. But before we do that, I like doing these lightning rounds where I talk to my friends and colleagues in the field and we get some feedback on types of palms and ground covers and accents that they like. So please bear with us. The wind is really bad, but we're going to share with you some of our go-to plants that we really like using so that you can consider these for your garden in the future.
But flowering, I love the royal points here. Oh, yeah, palm trees. Now we're going to go into palm trees. Your top 3 favorite palm trees. What are some of them that you really love designing and
I
installing?
really like projects where I can work in the batch palms. I just like to look at those, you know, the different types. Small, some shorter ones.
That native is my favorite small palm. My favorite.
I
love that.
It is, you know, and it's not, you can't use it everywhere because they're a little more sensitive and whatever, and it doesn't always fit in every project. But outgrown the key, you can definitely use those.
They're great. I've seen them. We've used them at Miami Airport, some projects, in pots, containers. They handle watering, not watering, whatever. They just they don't mind being pot bound. They're super, and they're just a great small palm tree. I absolutely love that palm tree. Ricas for what they're worth is
They're cheap and they're good understory palms that do a good job screening.
Yeah, the fishtails is great. Yeah, that forms a nice screen and dense. Palms like the Canary Island date for a statement. That's just so regal. I love that palm.
Well, sugar, have you ever used a sugar date?
No, I haven't.
They're multi trunk kind of clumper, and it's similar to the Rica. They don't get as big per se, but there's a darker green. It's a little bit different look, you know. So I tell you, another one that I really like to use for interior pools and things like that because they don't get big is a cat palm. So
Caterpillar palms.
You always see them, but you know they get about this.
They only get about this big, but they're bushy and wide.
Right. Yeah. How many times you've seen? Oh, put a pygmy date in there, and it's it stays small for a while, and after a few years, it gets too big, and like, oh, how do I get that out of here?
Yeah.
You know, so something like cat palm that doesn't have a lot of problems. Yeah. Doesn't get really big. Don't worry about.
And you don't have to trim it. It's low maintenance in that regard. You know, so it's great. It's always trying to put the right plant in the right place. But these are great choices. So now shrubs.
Yeah.
Some of your top 3 to 5 favorite shrubs that you like that are just like they just work all the time. They're just like the workhorses of our industry. That you prefer.
I would say I really do like the Green Island ficus. You know, it's just sometimes you don't want to overuse that, but you know, it is a great plant. And also another plant that I've tried to work in similar to that is the dwarf pitch apple. You know, so some are lighter green, but when you're trying to get something that's you know a little bit different but still stays low and
that stays definitely stays low.
Right. I seem to find that it's hard to find those medium to small shrubs. You know, Indian hawthorn been around for a long time.
Yeah,
it got
scale so much.
Right.
Well, Indian hawthorn has that beautiful flower. Right. You know what I love as a counter to an Indian hawthorn is the locust berry. That's a Florida native, and it gets these beautiful flowers like Indian hawthorn, and you can trim it as a medium shrub or even a low shrub, and it will form a small tree. Yes. But it's a wonderful native. I've been using a lot of those. I'm loving that as a shrub type.
Yeah.
excellent work, and that's super important to get quality material with quality workmanship, and that so that you have a quality end product. That the owner has a nice product that's not going to be a headache for them. And again, I just want to thank you so much, Kurt.
Michael.
And if you guys have any thoughts or questions, just leave them in the comment section, and we'll make sure we get back to you. Until the next video, bye.
Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And tell your friends and family. We post videos weekly. Thanks.